Good afternoon. It's time for Tech Ambassadors, and welcome to everybody. This is Jordan Chankis from the ARC Westchester. Those of you who may be new to the Tech Ambassador series, we try and just cover some real practical things that you can do with everyday technology. Use them in your home, work, day services, and planning services. And we've been doing this for a while. I guess we're going into our third year of doing this. And we have a lot of recorded webinars that you're welcome to check out at this website. If you have any suggestions for future sessions, please let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. So here today we're going to talk about not your average games, like so many times. And how many people go to restaurants and you see little kids sitting there with the rest of the family and they have iPads in front of them. How much of that is learning and how much of that is just to keep those damn kids quiet? So I want to change this kind of dynamic, especially when we're talking about day programs or residential programs. It's fine to hand a person an iPad and let them use an app on the iPad or if they have an iPhone, but let's make sure that it's interesting, that it's informative, and also that it's age appropriate. So I have a list of apps that I'm going to show you. Attached to this presentation, I think you can download it, is a copy of the PowerPoint I'm using, and this will also be attached to the posting on our website after this webinar is edited. But don't take out your pencils and scribble away like crazy because it's all going to be on a PowerPoint. But I'm a firm believer that learning never stops. I have a 38-year-old daughter with disabilities, and every time that I'm with her, I'm learning something new from her. Let's go ahead with this. If any of you are in situations where you have a large screen that you can present the games on, that's great. You know, either a big smart TV or a smart board, or if you have a projector and hook it up to your iPad. It's a great experience, especially if you take one of the participants in the program and have them be the game show host and whip the crowd into a frenzy. Get everybody to applaud for no matter how modest an achievement is. When we go into these games, you'll see there's a wide range of abilities represented, and that's pretty typical of our industry. There are so many different people. So use what'll help you. If you don't see something here that'll help you, just move on to something else. And if anybody has a suggestion, I don't pretend to know all the apps in the world. Please send me some games. So here we go. And they're mostly free. There's a couple that are a few dollars, but very, very affordable. Nothing over 10 bucks. And, you know, free is great, but it does come with the price tag that you get interruptions during the game when these banner ads come floating by. We've actually made the banner ads kind of a game. If we see them, we say, "Get out of here," and we try and X out of them as fast as we can. But ideally, if you got enough funds around, go ahead and buy the thing. It's not that expensive. So let's look at the first one. Here's Blurry Pics. And there's a lot of similarities in this where a picture is shown and you have to guess the picture and you have to figure out what the word is from the letters that are given to you. So you start the game and you see this blurry picture. What the heck is it? And there's a little pair of eyeglasses on the side, and you can keep clicking that until the image gets a little bit clearer. Some of them are very hard, some of them are easy. This is one that's been clicked one time and it starts revealing, oh, look at that, it's a dragonfly. So hooray, hooray for whoever guessed that. But it's a pretty good game, and all these are available on the Apple App Store. Here's one that certainly, you know, my daughter is 38, but, you know, cognitively she's not quite at 38, but she loves this game. Anytime we have times where we have to sit in the doctor's office and wait, she loves cleaning up. And what this company has produced is this game of categories. So here's a pair of pants. Where does it go? You have a choice of either in the shopping cart, in a toy chest or the closet. And it's very supportive. Every time you get a right answer, you hear lots of applause, lots of compliments. So, good game. Different Roads to Learning has done a lot of interesting games. They specialize a lot in folks on the autism spectrum, but can be used by anybody. Really love this game. Another one comes from a company called Everyday Speech. Very affordable, 10 ways, a social skills game, and there's a lot of modules to this. I can't go through all of them, but they'll have like a basic conversation skills game show, and sort of like on a Jeopardy format where it'll ask you in various situations, what would you say? And you have to pick the, the dollar amount or the number amount of the question, and then so it could ask, when you first come to work in the morning, what do you say to your boss? Good morning, sir. Hi, how was your weekend? Whatever. But it's a great conversational builder. If you go to their website, Everyday Speech, they have a tremendous amount of resources. Some paid, some free, but really check it out. Now, who doesn't like a jigsaw puzzle, right? But some of them are extremely complicated. This is one, it's a couple of bucks, not very expensive, and you pick a sample picture from these recommendations, and the sub-menus here goes down to a lot of different pictures. And then, say like I picked this picture of a lighthouse. What I really like about it, it provides a ghost image so that a person, if they have difficulty remembering what this picture is, there's a ghost image here that they can use to help them find the right pieces. Plus, you can pick pieces, I think it goes up to from 6 to 300 pieces. So you can really adjust it to the level of the group. You don't have to do things terribly complex. And it's amazing how many people don't know that you should start building the border first. So that's something that you can teach folks. Really, really a neat little game, and lots of different pictures in it. Highly recommended. And here, make sure you put on your glasses for this one. The Impossible Letter Game. In increasing complexity, it gives you a series of symbols, number and other kind of symbols, letter, and you have to find out what's different. This is a very easy one, but you might see 30 lines with 8 columns, and that's when it gets really dicey, and you have to pick out the one that doesn't fit. I hope everybody can see that the S does not belong with the 5s, and that's the principle of the game. But as you play it, it gets more and more complicated, and you might want to pull out the magnifying glass. Step by step, I love this. We did last year a Take a Bite lunchtime session with the developers, Soar Therapy, lovely people. And this is a paid app. The free version doesn't give you much in the way of activities. The paid app is great for helping people learning sequencing, an important executive function. So they have things like baking a cake, washing a car, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And what they'll do is you'll go from left to right. Say like if I'm making a peanut butter sandwich, it'll have a series of pictures all mixed up, and you have to put them in the right order. So you'll see a list of, say if I was making a peanut butter sandwich, oh, here's the ingredients. I'll put that on the left. Next thing you know, I need the 2 pieces of bread. Next, I need to put peanut butter on that bread. Add jelly, put it on a plate, cut the sandwich, eat the sandwich, put it in the sink to be washed. Really, really a good program, and they have 2 different segments. Very easy ones for kids that you could also use with some adults, and then an adult version. And some of it gets a little complicated, but very, very good program. Not dissimilar from Blurry Pics is 4 pictures, 1 word. And this will give you, as it says, 4 pictures. And there's a space here for a word that you have to find that matches all these pictures. I wonder what this is. Could it be olive oil? And could this be paint oil? Olive, olives with the oil dripping. Oh, and there's somebody having a massage. So I think I would take a wild guess and say that these three letters make up the word oil. Now this looks simple, but wait until you get like a 8-character word. Then it gets pretty darn complicated. I've had a whole room of people like stumbling over this, trying to figure things out, staff and participants included. Lots of fun, lots and lots of fun. Word search, what's more to say about word search, but it's a great activity for those people that love word searches. This one comes highly recommended. If you go in the App Store, this is one of the most popular ones. So by Sarah Pierce. And, you know, it's not only the language, but it's also the observational skills, because as you know, a lot of the words will be on the diagonal or they'll be reversed. So it requires an awful lot of discrimination, not just literacy skills. So I would go with that one. And decide now. Well, you know, I looked at this not so much as a game, but you could use it as a game. But if you ever have people that, well, I don't know what I want to do today, or if you want to set up some sort of reward, or if you want to set up turn taking, this is the classic spinner, and all these segments can be labeled. So you could either have it labeled Tom, George, Harry, Sally, you know, Brett, whatever. Or you could have activities, or in the case of one class where the guys on Friday were going to a movie, they put the movies, the possible movies, all around the screen so that they could choose it. And when you put your finger on this spinner and spin it, all of a sudden, arbitrarily comes an answer, which prevents a lot of agonizing and disputes over the right choice. So, a couple of bucks, wonderful. Now, here's another observational game. What's the pick? And I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of shell. What letters do I have down here? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't want to reveal letters. That's too simple. Let me think. What moves very slowly and has a shell on it? Oh, snail. S-N-A-I-L. Once you get the right answer, the whole screen falls away and you get to see the snail. Good game. Close-up pics, similar. You see this? I don't know what this is. Look at all these colors, all these patterns. What could this be? And, you know, while you're doing this, you can have a lot of fun in just dropping hints that starts people to think, you know, like what lives in a jungle? There's lots of these in India. A lot of poets, and that's probably too obscure, but a lot of poets have used this animal in their poetry. Oh, and it begins with the letter T. Yep. What's the next letter? I-G-E-R. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a tiger. Back to different roads to learning. A wonderful company that did the cleanup app. Here we have What's That Sound? And you go through this and it'll say, what's that sound? And you'll hear whack, whack. And so, hey, that's a duck. And, you know, there'll be fire engines, little babies crying, all these kind of things. Requires no literacy, but it's lots and lots of fun. So, a cool little app. And I found when you're doing these classes, I've done lots of classes where I've used these games, and it's good to keep moving. You know, if you spend 20 minutes on one app, it's going to just slow everything down. It's good, you know, maybe have 5 or 6 turns on one app, then switch to another one, and keep the momentum going, keep the interest level up. And like I mentioned, if you have somebody that's the game show host, let them go into the audience, let them go into the people sitting at desks or chairs, and stir things up and get everybody involved. There's going to be that person that answers every question 100% of the time. You don't want him to answer all the time, though. So go pick on the person that's very shy, and that this may be a challenge for them. But once they get it, you never saw anybody as happy as one of these people guessing the right answer. So it's absolutely fabulous. But mix it up, stir it up, get folks excited. And I'm going to be going over to Closing the Gap this coming week. So I won't be having a Tech Ambassador session, but we'll come back together on October the 9th at 3:15. And we just had a meeting where we set the date for our tech conference. This is going to be the 4th year that we're doing a tech conference for cognition and learning at Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry, New York. It's a wonderful day from 8 to 4:30 in the afternoon. And this year we decided, let's just focus on breakout session. Let's just see how much practical information we can give people. And so we're just going to have tons, maybe 18 breakout sessions. Lots of fun. Please put it on your calendar. But I hope you'll join us again on October the 9th. Check out our previous webinars. We'd love to have your input on them. And please, if you have any questions or suggestions, let's not do this alone. There's just too much out there to know. Give me some suggestions for other webinars. And if any of you brave souls out there would like to join me on a webinar and be a co-host, well, I'm more than willing to accept you. So have a good afternoon and stay well.